Hello everyone, welcome back to the Wolfpack. I am so pumped to finally tell you about my gaming table. I've had this for 10 months now, so it's definitely been through a lot, okay? It's been up and down stories, it's been in moving trucks, it's been in warehouses. Normally you don't put gaming tables through the ring like that, but I really wanted to spend some time with it so I can really give you a comprehensive review, which I'm gonna do right now. So first off, full disclaimer, I was sent this table, not for a review actually, it was actually sent to me by Rathskellers graciously for our Fire and Ice Awards ceremony, which you can check out the link right here. And then afterwards, it was to keep on my channel and to use. And you know, I am obviously very, very fortunate and lucky and very, very thankful for receiving a luxurious table like this. To be honest, I don't really have anything to complain about it. So if you're looking for bad things about it, you know, I can't really tell you anything bad about it because I'm gonna be raving about this for the next however so minutes. But bottom line, I was not asked to make this review video. I am simply making it because I've been dying to share this with you for the past 10 months. So let's go ahead and get started with my build and then my thoughts about each section as we tour the table. This table is the Phalanx, literally a match made in heaven because it's modern, it's sleek, and it's so stylistic, literally a perfect fit for the channel. The dimensions for this table is 210 by 125 centimeters or 6.8 feet by 4.1 feet. The build that I have fits up to 8 players, so there are 8 stations in total. And the wood that I chose is Rustic Oak. The metal frame is a matte dark gray. I didn't choose a stain on the wood because I really liked how it looked without the stain. This board here is Velveteen. It's supposed to be like the professional texture for poker players or poker tables, and it also is 100% microfiber cloth, and it's also supposed to be water resistant as well, but obviously I haven't really tried. We luckily haven't had any accidents to try to see whether or not it's water resistant, but I'm sure it is. It's also super nice. It's really easy to pick up components, cards, you name it, super easy to pick up. Rathskellers also put my logo right in the middle, which is super, super awesome. And they also have their logo up top. And then it's double-sided, so there are 2 hooks on this table board, and if you flip it to the other side, it has a green side over here. There's a whole array of colors to choose from. I chose teal because this was actually the color of my logo initially, but I'm kind of leaning towards black a lot more as the channel progresses. So I'm in a very, very black dark mood lately. So I use this actually mostly for the gaming side and then the black side for filming. Now you may also have noticed that on the bottom of the table, there's actually an acrylic mat. This is used for like if you play D&D probably, or any other games where you need an acrylic topper where you can write on it. They've included that as well here. And there's also like suction pads that allows you to pick this up super easy. Next up, let's cover the player stations, which is freaking awesome. So there are 8, like I said, in total. There's a stainless steel cup holder. And in the middle, each player has a divot. There's a longer divot and a shorter divot. And there also is a border along the entire table for card holders. Each station also has its own designated charger. I think this one has 2 wireless chargers, one on this side and one on the other side of the table. So there are 2 wireless stations. And then underneath the table is a USB-C and USB-A charging station in the corners. Now in 3 of the stations, there's also this lid. Underneath the lid, I usually just store pens, but if there are any like bidding games, we'll put their components in there and then reveal them at the same time. That's our main use for them, pens and for bidding games. And on this 4th station over here, it's a ramp for rolling dice because there is an embedded dice tower. This dice tower has 2 ramps that you can roll them in, and then it rolls super smoothly, like the dice doesn't travel too far with the Velveteen topper. That's really nice because then the dice doesn't topple over different components as it's rolling out since it doesn't travel too far. Since we're on the topic of accessories, Rathskellers also included a brush to brush the topper. That way it's nice and smooth, since obviously if you brush it the other way, you're gonna have this gradient. So this right here is to help clean the topper. There are also 2 like DM stations, which I don't use for DMing since I mentioned before, I don't play D&D, but these are so freaking handy. How I use them is usually when I'm going over a game, if I'm learning it, or if I'm getting ready to like script out a video, I'll put it here and then have my laptop right on top. So these trays will slide into the table. You just push gently and it locks in just like that. There are little silicone or rubber pieces on the bottom that help lock this into the table without damaging it. And so there's 2. There's one with a matching color handrest, and this one has a bunch of divots as well for like pens and dice and whatever you need here. There's also card holders on the very top, card liners. And then the other one doesn't have a handrest, but there are 3 divots on the left side and some room for some other stuff here as well, along with some card holders. Now there are 2 other electronics that I want to mention about this table. First off, there is a power switch on this side of the table. This is for turning on all the USB-Cs, USB-As, and charging your phone mobily. Bluetooth speakers. So let me tell you now, they sound freaking good. Imagine this playing solo at night with that surround sound. Epic. That's half volume. The speakers, in case you're wondering about getting them yourself, these are the Gaming Lab upgrades. So they have the JBL speakers and also the Pioneer 2 for the amplifiers. They sound good, like from underneath the table. I love playing these speakers, especially when I'm playing Oathsworn, because it really brings in a totally unique immersive environment. Just imagine this sound wave emanating from the bottom of the table and then up to the ceiling and then back down to the players. So it's amazing. I love the sound speakers. Bluetooth also is super seamless. Like I said, I've been using this for 10 months. I haven't had a single issue with the Bluetooth. As soon as you plug in the table, turn it on, you play a song, and that's it. I just go to Spotify or wherever music source that you're using, hit play, and it's done. Super easy. Now, if you've seen my commercials, you might have seen me using the table lights. This is still in a prototype form, so definitely contact Rathskellers if you're interested in using the LED system. I'm still using a beta form of it, so it's definitely not enough for me to be reviewing the lights themselves. But I will say that every time I turn them on when family and friends are over and they're playing games, they just instantly always give me the same reaction. Whoa! It is priceless, and also it levels up my videos as well. Okay, there are 2 other things I wanted to mention. The legs, so this table itself is super, super heavy. It's I'm rough estimating here. I think it's 500 pounds. It is very heavy. Think about it. This is real thick wood, some industrial steel. So it is very, very heavy. And I move this table a ton, which is again, also not normal either, because usually if you have this in a designated game room, it stays there. But I use it to film a lot in this corner and in my black backdrop corner when I'm filming cinematics and stuff. So in the slim off chance that you might be moving around your table as well, Rathskellers did include a screw thread for you to mount different things on the bottom, and I put wheels right here, which makes it super easy because then I can just roll it across. These wheels I did purchase separately, and I'll link them down below in case you're curious about getting some wheels for your table. So this table also has the leaves in case you want to put it in your dining room. You can eat on top. We use this for multiple things. How we use the table leaves is that we actually set up the heavier games on the bottom, and then on top I'll put up the lighter games. That way, once we finish the lighter game, setup is super quick, and then we just take that down and then take off the leaves, and then we'll reveal the heavy game for the day on the bottom. Again, also a huge wow factor every time my friends and family come over to play. These planks are so ridiculously smooth, and sometimes we'll even slap on the middle one in case we are hungry during the game day, and then we'll just eat here, and then we'll keep playing on the bottom, kind of slide it off to the side. There are 3 pieces in total. They are heavy though. Fair warning, they are pretty heavy. I'd say maybe 30-ish pounds or so. But so you can see what they look like in full. They're heavy, but again, super easy because once you lock it in the middle here, you just push it down. Now, the last thing I wanted to mention before I go into my final thoughts, Rathskellers also included this divider, which is actually super, super useful. And how it works is you just put it right on the table. It locks into place with the other leaves. And then in case you want to split off half the table and you're rolling dice, the dice doesn't get stuck underneath the leaves. But how I actually use it is a divider for showing 2 different games. You might have seen this when I did it for Andromeda's Edge versus Dwellings of Eldervale. That way you have a clean separation to see the 2 games, and I'm gonna use it again to compare Expeditions and Scythe, which is the next video coming out on this channel. And speaking of Expeditions versus Scythe, I set them up here that we can see a huge scale and what it would look like having both of these games set up on the table. So in terms of work, this is the most creative inspiration that I've had for a very long time, and it has continued to inspire me. That way I can utilize different parts of the table in ways that I would have never imagined for filming board games. Because then even something as simple as this, like the divider, I put dice in there. That way it gives some depth, some height to it when I was filming the Awakened Realms dice. I love the card holders here because now you get a whole new level of depth as I'm using my gimbal to like pan over cards in these card slits. And then going into the table, I can like dive into there. That way it feels like you're at the table going straight into and being immersed into the game right over here. I love having the black versus teal because usually for like moodier games, I'll have the black on. And then for lighter games, I'll switch on to the teal side. Eventually, I would love to have like a white cover too, because white I think is really nice slate to use for filming as well. The LED lights are super high quality too. Again, it is a prototype form, but it has really been able to illuminate all the pieces as you've seen in a ton of the B-roll that I've been shooting. And it also has like animations and a bunch of other things that I haven't even messed around with just yet. What I'm gonna play around with next too are like the leaves, so then I can slide components from the top and then reveal things from the bottom. There's just so many creative ways that I can use this table, and it has been amazing. So in terms of the gaming standpoint of it, of course, everything that you need in a gaming table is here. Pockets, card slits, the dice tower, lights, speakers, everything that you need to bring a whole new level of immersion to your games is here. It also looks super sleek in case you want to use it as a dining table, in case you want to use it for a food break like we do. And probably my favorite part too is being able to set up all these games or like heavy games on the bottom, putting leaves on top, and then setting up another game right above that. So it saves a lot of time on game day when you're playing different games and different complexity of games. So I absolutely love that. Dice tower lights, the Velveteen, being able to pick up cards super easy, and components, and even like charging stations for your phone, cup holders, like all of this brings such a huge wow factor. And I kid you not, I get to spend more time with my friends and family because they want to come over and play games too. That is the absolute best feeling and best thing I could ever ask for. Yes. How does it feel, Bonds?
I'm stressed. Okay. Ready to reveal? 1, 2, 3. Oh, what is that?
So having more time to spend with loved ones, having like all this creativity to use for work, that right there is an absolute dream. Overall, if you're in the market for a board gaming table and you're looking for something modern, very industrial-like, something that has a ton of functionality and brings a lot of wow factor, look no further because the Phalanx is going to be a great fit for you and your family. If you have any questions about this table, let me know down in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to answer anything and everything that you have. Thank you all so much for watching and for sharing in this really fun moment for the channel. And once again, to Rathskellers, thank you so much for sending this over and believing in the Fire Nice vision. And I'm so excited to be using this for all the future videos. So with that said, that was Discord, and I'll see you all later.